Hey, what's up guys? Alex here, and what we're going to do in this video is we are going to look for some profitable NFL betting opportunities. So you can play around, you can go to the different betting tools on OddsJam. Again, arbitrage is just making a risk-free return between two bookmakers, and then positive expected value betting is looking for large line discrepancies between bookmakers. Like here we see Pinnacle, the sharpest sportsbook in the world. They're only giving you plus 205 odds on Troy. You can get plus 245 on FanDuel. So it clearly looks like there's some value on this plus 245 on Fox Bet or on FanDuel Sportsbook. So we'll go back to the arbitrage page. I personally don't bet player props, so I'll turn that off. Even though there is some good opportunities there, they tend to have lower betting limits. They're less liquid markets. Long story short, I personally don't really bet on player props, so I'll remove that. And then you can also filter out sports books. So I'll remove BetMGM as an example, and you can kind of customize everything. You can customize your positive EV page. Do you want to see player props? Do you not want to see player props? Things like that. So I filtered out BetMGM. And now what we're going to do is we're going to look for some good betting opportunities. So we can see the first half point spread in the Detroit Lions Chicago Bears game. There are some good betting opportunities. So if we just click on this specific game, we can take a look. You can see the regular point spread. Most books have it minus 110, or somewhere around there. For Bears, minus 1.5, Lions plus 1.5 first half point spread. There's been a lot of line movement in this Bears-Lions game. The Lions obviously got very unlucky versus the Ravens last week with the game-winning field goal by Tucker. But hopefully they can kind of rebound this week because I have some money bet on the Lions. But what you can see is, like, let's go to plus 4.5, is DraftKings has the Lions plus 4.5 minus 165 odds for first half point spread. Pinnacle, the sharpest sportsbook in the world, has this minus 204. So this is an arb to Pinnacle, right? If I go to the arbitrage page, if I had a DraftKings account, if I had a Pinnacle account, I could place bets on both sides in order to guarantee myself a risk-free return. That's arbitrage. But the more important concept here is the more profitable bet is just taking that bet on DraftKings. Lions plus 4.5 minus 165 odds. That is the sharp bet. You can arb this for 0.84%, or you can say, okay, Pinnacle's the sharpest sportsbook. They have this minus 204. This is an arb to Pinnacle, so we know one sportsbook has to be wrong. There has to be at least one profitable betting opportunity. There's no such thing as free money in sports betting. So this minus 165 is a great bet, right? So what we can do is, this is something I want to bet on, is you want to move quick to try to get in on the best betting opportunities. So what we'll do is we'll, go to NFL right here at the top. We'll go to halves, and then you want to go to alternate spread. And you can see there are two profitable alternate spreads in this game. So we'll refresh. There is the Bears-Lions first half point spread plus 4. Like, DraftKings has a lot of alternate point spread markets. So you can see you can get plus 4 minus 155. Pinnacle has this all the way to minus 187. So that's a bet with 3.15% mathematical edge. And then you can also get Lions plus 4.5 minus 165 odds, which is 3.62% edge, right? Your mathematical profit margin to the zero juice line from Pinnacle. So what we can do is we can go to this specific betting opportunity. We can go to the Lions plus 4.5. We can see it's minus 165 odds, and we can just place a little bit of money on that. Again, you can determine exactly how much you want to. You can also use a Kelly calculator. We have a lot of calculators on our site trying to, help you make better betting decisions. So you can use a Kelly calculator, and let's say, as an example, we're getting minus 165, our win percentage. So we need a few inputs actually. So we'll go back to the arbitrage page. Pinnacle's market is minus 204 plus 171. So if we go here, we go to no vague fair odds calculator, minus 204 plus 171. You can see the fair odds on this, the zero juice line from Pinnacle, is minus 181.86, and we're getting minus 165. right? So this is a profitable betting opportunity, and the win percentage is 64.52% according to Pinnacle, the sharpest bookmaker out there. So if we go to Kelly calculator, we're getting minus 165 odds. Shoot, I already forgot it. Go to arbitrage, minus 165, minus 204, plus 171. So we'll go here, minus 204, plus 171. Our win percentage is 64.52%. So then we can go to the Kelly calculator. We're getting minus 165 odds. Kelly multiplier, you can just input as a default 1, and our win percentage is 64.52%. So it's telling us, the mathematically optimal thing to do in terms of bankroll management in sports betting is to put 5.98% of your bankroll on this specific bet. The Kelly criteria, and it tries to help you minimize your risk of, going broke, while at the same time maximizing profit, right? You don't want to bet $1 on this because it's a profitable bet. You want to put some percentage of your bankroll on it in a risk-adjusted way. So here it's 5.98%. So, right, if my bankroll was $1,000, I'd put roughly $60 on this. So what you can actually do is you can go to your settings. So if we go to the plus EV page, again, this bet is profitable by 3.62%. So what we can do is, depending on your bankroll, it'll tell you how much to bet. So I don't remember what bankroll I have added here. So I have my bankroll set at 15,000. You can change this to whatever you want. So let's say our bankroll is 5,000. Set your bankroll to 5,000, and then you can go back to the plus EV page. You can pull up the Kelly calculator, just right here, click the calculator button, and it tells you, okay, based on the fact that this is a mathematically profitable bet, you should risk roughly $298 on this. So whatever, we'll place $300 on it, and we'll place that bet. And you can see that bet has been placed. We've placed that bet. So then you can also track your bet. So you can add this bet to your OddsJam bet tracker. We bet $300 on this. It's a mathematically profitable bet. And what's really cool about the OddsJam bet tracker is it not only tracks your profit and loss, it also tells you your CLV. So as an example, in this, Cowboys versus Eagles game, we bet the Eagles first half money line plus 155 odds. And of course we lost. The Cowboys destroyed the Eagles. But the closing line, according to Pinnacle, the zero vig line from Pinnacle, the no juice line from Pinnacle was plus 161. So this bet actually ended up turning out to be unprofitable. So it was not a good bet, period. But at the same time, you can see in the 49ers versus Seahawks game, we got the Seahawks plus 170. The current zero vig line on Pinnacle is plus 136. So this was an incredible bet, right? The current fair price is plus 136, and we got plus 170. So we placed our bet, and what we can do now is just kind of figure out, okay, we placed a $300 bet on a Lions-Bears game, Lions plus 4.5 first half point spread. What is our profit? So what we can do is go here, and we can go to Lions plus 4.5 first half point spread minus 165. The current zero vig line from Pinnacle, again, Pinnacle, sharpest sportsbook in the world. So you use it as a source of truth in sports betting. So go to the no vig odds calculator, minus 204 plus 171. The current fair price is minus 181.86, and we're getting minus 165, which is obviously better. So our implied win percentage based on the zero juice line from Pinnacle. So every odd has an associated win percentage, right? If you're betting something plus 100, you have to be winning more than 50% of the time to break even. So if you're betting something minus, 181.86, you have to your break even win probability is 64.52%. So the implied win percentage from Pinnacle's market, the market from the sharpest sportsbook in the world, is 64.52%. So our loss percentage is just obviously 1 minus our win percentage. So we have our win percentage, our loss percentage. And we bet $300 at minus 165 odds. So our profit if we win this bet is 300 times 100 over 165, which is what you can see, 181.81. So if we go here, you can see we bet $300. Our total payout is 481.81. right? So our profit if we win, because this to pay includes your stake, our profit if we win is just 181.81, which is what we can see here. So according to Pinnacle, sharpest sportsbook out there, and a data-driven mathematical approach to your NFL football betting strategy, we should be winning this bet 64.52% of the time, and we're going to be winning 181.81 in profit. And then the rest of the time, we're going to lose our $300 stake right here. 300 times 35.48%, right? So according to Pinnacle's market, once you remove the juice, you get the fair win probability of Lions plus 4.5 first half point spread. You see, 64.52% of the time, you're going to win the bet and you're going to make 181.81 cents in profit. And 35.48% of the time, you're going to lose your stake, $300. So this bet is profitable by 10.86%, which means it has an expected, profit margin of 3.62%. That's the expected value calculation, which you can actually see right here. So we'll go to positive EV, and you can see 3.62%, exactly like is shown in OddsJam, minus 165, 3.62%. And that's just the calculation here, right? So long story short, as a sharp bettor, what you are doing is you are trying to say, okay, given the odds I'm getting, what is my fair win probability? Whether you have a sports betting model, whether you're using Pinnacle odds to back out your fair win probability, what's crazy about sports and why it's so fun to bet on is you never know what's going to happen. Sometimes the biggest underdogs win, right? So there's always some probability that certain events happen. And the power of OddsJam is we use the sharpest sports books in the world to give you a sense of your fair win probability, right? Pinnacle's the sharpest sports book in the world. This is an ARB to DraftKings. So this bet on DraftKings is mathematically profitable. Like, one of these sports books has to be wrong. And again, you don't want to be betting against Pinnacle because they're extremely sharp. And based on that, based on Pinnacle's market, you can back out, okay, what should the price actually be? And we saw it's roughly minus 182, and we're getting minus 165 odds, which is much better than, minus 182. So that is a profitable NFL betting strategy. And, then you can just kind of figure out, okay, based on my win percentage, so you find Pinnacle's market, minus 204, plus 171. You go to the no vig fair odds calculator, and Pinnacle's telling you, okay, 64.52% of the time, according to our market, the Lions are going to cover the plus 4.5 point spread. So you are going to be winning 64.52% of the time, which is what we see here, right? And then you're going to be losing your bet this percent of the time, 35.48% of the time, which is what we see here. We bet $300. This is just our profit at minus 165 odds. So we're winning 181.81. Staking $300 at minus 161 odds. And then you have your win percentage, you have your profit if you win, you have your loss percentage, you have your stake. So you can just say, okay, 64.52% of the time, I'm winning 181.81. The other 35.48% of the time, I'm losing $300. According to Pinnacle, my profit on this bet should be roughly $10.87. So we place this bet. So we have a bet placed, right? And I think we're basically good to go. It doesn't look like there's much out there right now. So what you can do is, again, you can turn on player props if you want to see them. You can add in MGM. You can do all sorts of things with OddsJam. You can track your bets. And, a lot of opportunities out there. That is for sure. So final point is, make sure to look through these sportsbook promotions. You can see they have a bunch. You have to opt in to a lot of these. So on DraftKings, you literally just click that opt-in button. It's making me recheck my location. So I'll do that real quick. And then we can take a look at some of these DraftKings sportsbook promotions. So we're back on DraftKings. We're going to hit promos. And then you can see bet a first touchdown scorer. And if they don't score first but still get in the end zone, you get your money back. Jaguars, Bengals. Thursday Night Football, Jaguars, Bengals. Okay, so we just go to TD scores. Was it 20 or 25 bucks you get back? Right, so this is essentially like, free money. If you place your bet and your guy scores, but he doesn't score the first touchdown, you get your money back. So that's a pretty good bet, right? It's a mathematically profitable bet. There's still a little risk because your player could not score, but if we go to TD scores, right, and then you go to first touchdown score, we want to bet someone in this game. Joe Mixon is minus 165 to score. So this guy's favored to score. So even if he doesn't score first, we're getting our money back the majority of the time. But what we'll do is we'll just place 20 bucks on this. Jamar Chase. And we can go to promos. And I think it was $20. Yeah, $20. So we'll get our money back if Jamar Chase doesn't score the first touchdown but does score a touchdown. But what's cool about this is you're getting essentially plus 700 odds, and if he scores you just get your money back. Like, it's a great betting opportunity. We're betting $20 to win 160 if he scores first, and if he doesn't score first but scores in the game, we get our money back, which is going to happen like 40% of the time or 50% of the time. So we can go back to promos. And what you can see is there's also place a risk-free same-game parlay on any NFL Week 4 game. So another one, and then, it also gives you 3 profit boosts for the, what game is this? For the Buccaneers-Patriots game. So that'll be an interesting game. We got Brady back there. So we'll go to the Patriots game. And again, you just kind of want to find a good line that you can bet on. So the Patriots are huge underdogs versus the Bucs. You just want to find a good line from DraftKings where DraftKings is giving you pretty good odds, and then you want to bet on it, right? So again, on OddsJam, the best odds are highlighted in yellow. So what you want to do is you can scroll around the game and just look for something where DraftKings is giving you the best odds and then wager on that. So we can go to last team to score. You can look at a whole bunch of different things and just kind of see if there's anything you like. So we can see total points, maybe not that. You can go to point spread, see if there's anything you like here. And what we can do is we can go down and we can kind of see not a ton of options. But what we can do is also just go to, so we'll go to NFL, we'll go to the Patriots game. And you can see they're giving you plus 240. So I forget how much this profit boost was supposed to be for. So it's a 25% profit boost. Okay. And I guess it's only for a specific wager. So it's number of completed passes for Tom Brady to get over 67.5 passing yards, minus 140 to minus 112. So you can't bet it on anything you want. So some of these promotions have terms and conditions, and I barely understand what this is looking at it. Number of completed passes for Tom Brady to get over 67.5 passing yards. A little weird, but okay. I mean, it seems good enough. They're boosting it from minus 140 to minus 112, but it's hard to confirm. So we'll skip that maybe. And then what you can do as well is, place a risk-free same-game parlay. Pretty cool. So I'm not sure how to use this feature really. It looks like we can turn it on. So you click it to turn on same-game parlay. Add 2 or more picks. So you got to read the terms in a lot of this stuff. NFL risk-free same-game parlay. Opt in. If your bet loses, get up to $25 back as a free bet. Cool. So what we're going to do is we opted in. We want to hit this same-game parlay thing. We want to hit the same-game parlay thing again, I guess, on DraftKings. And then what do we think is going to happen? The Bengals are going to crush them, minus 6.5. So we'll bet that. The game's going to go under, sure. And then touchdown scores maybe, or passing props. Joe Burrow under 224.5. Under 249.5. Okay. So then you have this same game parlay. It's risk-free, right? These sportsbooks love these same game parlays as well as giving you your money back when you lose. So we'll place 25 bucks on that, and boom. Now we've placed our same game parlay. So Bengals minus 6.5 alternate spread, under 45.5 total points, and under 49.5 to 49.5 Joe Burrow passing yards. So, a risk-free $25 lottery ticket, not too bad. So I hope you found this video helpful. Again, you never know when the best betting opportunities are going to be as a sports bettor, so you really need to be monitoring and kind of checking as consistently as you can. And yeah, thanks so much for your time. I hope you have a great rest of your day.